Ask yourself, King James, the British king, who is known for translating the Bible and is actually known to be the most authentic, the KJV, is also known to be one of the very instrumental personalities when it comes to slave trade. He traded slaves. And everywhere he gathered and kept his slaves, he would name after himself. Jamestown. Does that ring a bell? It is right here in Accra. There's a Jamestown in Jamaica. There's a Jamestown in America. It is also known that all the words in the scripture is inspired by God, only written by men. But I came across a few verses in the Bible that makes me wonder. A place like Exodus 21, 2-6. If you buy a Hebrew servant, he is to serve you for 6 years, but in the 7th year he shall go free without paying anything. If he comes alone, he is to go free alone. But if he has a wife, when he comes, she is to go with him. If his master gives him a wife, and she bears him sons or daughters, the woman and her children shall belong to her master, and only the man shall go free. But if the servant declares, I love my master and my wife and my children, and do not want to go free, then his master must take him before the judges. He shall take him to the door or the doorpost and pierce his ear with an awl. Then he will be his servant for life. Leviticus 25, 44-46. Your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. From them you may buy slaves. You may also buy some of the temporary residents living among you and members of their clans born in your country, and they will become your property. You can bequeath them to your children as inherited property and can make them slaves for life. But you must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly. Exodus 21, 20-21. Anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave dies as a direct result, but they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two, since the slave is their property. Exodus 21:32. If the bull gores a male or female slave, the owner must pay 30 shekels of silver to the master of the slave, and the bull is to be stoned to death. Ephesians 6:5. Slaves, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear, and with sincerity of heart, just as you would obey Christ. Ephesians 6:9. And masters, treat your slaves in the same way. Do not threaten them, since you know that he who is both their master and yours is in heaven, and there is no favoritism with him. Colossians 4:1. Masters, provide your slaves with what is right and fair, because you know that you also have a master in heaven. Timothy 6:1. All who are under the yoke of slavery should consider their masters worthy of full respect, so that God's name and our teaching may not be slandered. Colossians 3:22. Slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything, and do it not only when their eye is on you and to carry their favor, but with sincerity of heart and reverence for the Lord. 1 Peter 2:18. Slaves, in reverent fear of God, submit yourselves to your masters, not only to those who are good and considerate, but also to those who are harsh. My question is this King James trying to control his slaves? Or is it God speaking?
Thank you guys. You guys can hear me talking in between because this video, I don't know how to cut it. This brother said it all. I don't know which one to cut. I don't know which one to remove. That's why you hear me speaking in between to mix it up so that it will look like it will be accepted on social media, on the apps. So guys, let me repeat for you. No, it's too much. And you need to go back and maybe during my live stream, I will run this for you because of time. Bye-bye.